Yes, people. Friday link up session. Me and my boy Onome in the building. Hope you're having a good evening. End of the
Yeah,
week.
man.
It's not even peak, and we're here to speak. Some.
Gee, look at the lines. Man says it's not
I'm
even
saying,
peak
bro.
and we get to
Yeah, that's
speak.
what I mean.
Come
That's
on.
what I mean. That's what I mean. You know what? Tony tried to rat on me early in the stream, but anyway, we talk about that later. But anyway, how's your week been, my brother?
Yeah, been all right, man. Been all right. Just normal week, man. Normal week. Watch my team play the other day. Kept it happy. You know what I mean? I told you guys the day before. It's a 3-0 thing. We ain't even looking to take no prisoners. No prisoners. That's exactly what it is, man. I
Hold on,
know my
hold on,
team
hold
very
on,
well.
hold on. If I just came onto the stream, yeah, I'd be thinking you're talking about Liverpool with that top on, bro.
Oh, this is just a red Primark top, bruv.
I know.
Not,
I'm playing
not
with you. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you.
that man. Not everything relates to. I don't have to
I
wear the
know, I
color of my
know,
of my
I
of
know,
my
I know,
club.
I know.
They know who I am. They know who I
I
represent.
know,
They know what. Listen,
I
they know
know,
who I am out here, man. Come on.
I know. I just wanted to play with you a little piece. But yeah, man. We're here. I want to grab a water quickly because I'm thirsty. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Bear with me 1 second, yeah. 1 sec.
Mhm.
But I can still talk at the same time, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna I think we're gonna start with our first topic of the evening.
Mhm.
Water. Man, I got some fried chicken wings, you know. I need to fry
Gee,
them up. I know
I
this
didn't
is
do no.
just
I
gone
didn't
out.
do no. I didn't do no fry up today, man. I couldn't be bothered to go buy plantain and stuff. I just went,
I hear that. I hear
I'll do
that.
it next Friday. I'll do it next Friday.
Mrs. went Nando's. Mrs. just gone Nando's, just like bye with the
Mhm.
my daughters
Mhm.
and that. So it is what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna bring up the first topic, and this is gonna be a hot one. Yeah.
Mhm.
So let me show that. Okay. So we touched on this in the WhatsApp group a little bit during the week. You know, is the grass greener on the other side if Arteta goes end of the season? This cat is meowing. I'm gonna let you start with that. Yeah. What's your
Okay.
opinion on that? What you got to say
My
about that?
thing, my thing is this year. Everybody that thinks the grass is greener on the other side need to realize that the water bill is higher on the other side, like Perry, like Tyler Perry says, and that's why the grass is greener. You need to find out why the grass is green on the other side. My thing is this, and we touched on it on the WhatsApp group, like you said, right? If Arteta goes at the end of the season, right? Which manager are you guys going to get? Now, the thing with this is Arteta has been building something for the last how many years? Finally got sort of like a system, you know, in his own way. You know, everybody might not agree with it, but in his own way, he's got a system that he's working with, right? If he goes, for example, and I name 3 managers in the WhatsApp group to say, right, are you getting De Zerbi? Are you getting um Xavi Alonso? Or are you getting um Thomas Frank, right? Thomas Frank for the obvious reasons, right? If you're not getting any of those 3 managers who are already experienced in the Premier League and stuff like that and are doing well in their own ways in the Premier League, right? And De Zerbi doing really well in Europe with Brighton. Brighton's not even supposed to be speaking Europe, let alone even topping their group and doing well in Europe, right? Brentford, we see the transformation that Thomas Frank has done and stuff like that. Xabi Alonso, I mean, he's an elite, top class manager. I don't actually think you guys can get him because he's too elite. You know what I mean? He's too elite to come to an Arsenal. Xabi Alonso's next move is either Bayern, Real Madrid, or Man City. Or sorry, Bayern, Liverpool, Bayern, Real Madrid, or Man City in those orders, kind of thing, right? That's who's available now. Obviously, Liverpool available now. That's probably where he's going to go. I don't personally think that you can get the grass greener on the other side. I know there's a large cry from fans and from all of you saying, "No, he needs to leave. He needs to leave. We need trophies. We need trophies." But let's just deep it right. What he's done for the club, how he steadied the club up, and how he's actually created the system. There's only 1 or 2 tweaks, only 1 or 2 things missing, and I'm going to ask you that question. I got a question for you relating to that, which is what he needs to do, right? There's only 1 or 2 tweaks that he needs to do to actually get up there in terms of competing for the title, as in proper to say, like, okay, I can win it, right? Obviously, we know how close he came last year. This year is pending. We don't know how close it's going to come. I don't think is the grass is that green, because you're now talking about any other manager you're gonna go get. I don't know all the great managers that are doing very well out there, but any other manager you're gonna go get, it's now a clean slate now, right? It's not a situation like Man City or Liverpool where there is a culture that has been built in the club. Like all of you guys know, all of you guys see Liverpool and Man City right now, and you know for a fact that they're not going to fall off because Klopp is leaving. There may be a drop off a little bit or whatnot, but they're not going to fall off because Pep is leaving, for example. It's going to be a system that is already set up, and they're going to be able to follow that blueprint to the next level, right? Where Arsenal haven't quite got that blueprint set up just yet for Arteta to now leave, for the next person to come and say, this is the system they need to follow. So I don't actually think you can do that much more better, right, with another manager come in, because what is better from second is first, right? But you need to understand who you're competing against for that first position. Do you understand? Man City is who you're competing against for that first position. So what are you going to get better to actually come and be better than Pep? No one is better than Pep. Do you understand? So what are you actually going to get that is going to be better than what Man City has right now? Because these players that are Man City, they're all there next season. Nobody's leaving next season. Do you know what I mean? It's the same players that are going to be there next season with addition. Do you understand? So it's going to be the same guys for 8 years. Pep said in his press conference, like, I only have to blink sometimes or do certain body movements, and they know exactly what I'm talking about. They know whether I'm happy or not happy. Do you know what I mean? So I don't actually think the grass is green on the other side, despite everybody's calling for his head or whatnot. Yes, he's made a couple of mistakes. You signed Carl Havertz. We signed Calvin Phillips. Big managers know when they've made a mistake. Pepper's realized, you know what? It's a mistake there. Okay, cool. He sorted it out. Do you understand? Managers make mistake. Don't call for his head just because he's made a mistake or one or two things and stuff. In my opinion, I don't think you can do a lot better than Mikel Arteta.
Okay, cool. Let me just read out the chat before I respond to Onome's comments. So, evening, the assembled. He says, evening, chaps, and the chat room. Arsenal, the history and more. Good evening, Jez. Thank you for stopping by the channel today. Evening again. Assembled. Onome, if Liverpool beat Arsenal, I think City will have trouble getting the title. A draw will play into City's hands. Big up to my guy, Wolf Bang Division. Happy to see you in the building, bro. Hope you're well. The Assemble, he says, Onome, he has created the problems at Arsenal. He's buying defenders who can't defend attackers. You can't attack, as you mentioned. There's room for improvement. And Wolf says, big up Bance, Onome, and Tony, respect. That's cool. Right. Okay, so let's start from the top now. So remember we had this discussion earlier about the looking in and the looking out. Remember we was talking about that in a WhatsApp group. And we were saying that two things can be right at the same time.
Yeah.
For me, and these are all opinions, by the way. Yeah, these are all our opinions. Yeah. I feel that Arteta is a good manager. Yeah. I feel that he's done a lot of good things for the club, but I also feel that he's done a lot of not good things for the club. I also feel that in certain situations and certain circumstances, you know, he could have made a big difference. Let's go back to last season, because we always have to reference last season, because this is what Arteta is going to be remembered for in his legacy. If he doesn't win anything, he's always going to be remembered coming second. Now, we know how great City are. Yeah, we talk about how great their players are and how great the club is and how great their manager is. We can never take that away from you guys. But you're not invincible. Yeah. Last season, and I'll tell you again, which I think I spoke to you about, the game in the FA Cup where we played you guys, yeah, at Etihad, we had a chance to stamp our authority in that game, yeah, win that game, and I'm telling you, we would have went on to win the league, because City was not having a great season. Yeah, they were winning their games and here and there, but they weren't having a great season. We went in that game, yeah, not having no belief. yeah, that we could beat you. I think we dropped out a few players from that team as well, so the team was weakened.
Yeah.
Pep would not have done that in a situation, yeah, if he was in our shoes. He would have been going straight out, winning that game, give confidence to the players, yeah, to have that belief to go on to win the league. Furthermore, no team in history has had a 93 or 92% percentage of being at the top, yeah, of the league and not winning the league, yeah. As much as Arteta's done a very good job, there's a lot of holes and a lot of flaws in what he does. Yeah, he's bought some players that are questionable. Yeah, Pep buys players that are questionable, but Pep has his 11. Yeah, Pep has an 11 that can beat every team in the league, possibly every team in the world. Arsenal don't have that. Yeah, Arsenal have players this season, especially that are lacking confidence, don't know how to shoot in front of goal. Now, we're talking about Arteta being this very good manager. How can you go from second last season and finishing the season we did to this season, and the confidence isn't there? The guys, they don't know whether they're going to score today. They don't know if they're going to hit a barn shed. And then say in the same breath that the grass isn't greener on the other side. I don't get that argument. Before you answer that though, Onome, I want to hear what Tony has to say. But before you do that, let me run through the chat quickly because these guys are chatting and I need to see what they're saying. Wolf just said he's here just to drop a like. Observation: Wenger was forced to leave to continue getting fourth in the odd trophy. He's getting Champions League and no trophy. Win, lose, or draw, Arteta has a great eyeballs. Easier to say. Stay blessed. Yeah, Tony, chime into what me and Onome has been talking about. So, Onome thinks that the grass may not be green on the other side. I think there is some green on the other side. Yeah, I'm happy to jump onto that other side and see the cows mooing. What's your point? What's your opinion on this?
Yeah, see, you see that observation when what the assembled said. We just passed that quickly, but it contains some certain truths. Observation Wenger was forced to leave for continually getting fourth. The odd trophy he's getting Champions League and no trophy. Let's see what the Kronkers do not see. Yeah, year in, year out, year in, year out, year in, year out. The Wenger end of the Wenger years, fought, Champions League, fought, Champions League. At the end of the day, no trophies. Now, I owe Arsene Wenger a lot. He gave me trophies for this football club. Record FA Cup. Yeah. Took me to the final of the Champions League. Yeah. Continuing won the FA Cup, giving me also Premier Leagues too. So we do owe that guy loyalty. And if you see the disgraceful way he left the football club, yeah, that was a manager that we actually owe him a lot. We owe that guy a lot. Yeah. But this manager, Mikel Arteta, we don't owe this guy anything. He hasn't won us the big trophies. He hasn't taken us to the final of the Champions League. He has had his own time, to bring in his own players. I was a big supporter of this manager. Let's don't get it twisted. I supported him at first for the first 4 seasons, but this, I said, enough is enough, and I had my reasons for that. Bant, I've always been telling you, we had shambolic players when he came into the football club. That I do understand. I gave him time. See, Onome and Bant, four seasons is enough for any project. 4 years is enough. This is fifth season. 4 years is enough for any project you want to orchestrate. By the way, when Pep came to Man City, win left, right, and center. I mean, of course, maybe not in the first season, but come on, man. From the second season, he did what he had to do, and he won trophies. Yeah, and at the end of the day, yeah, this is what we want to see: trophies, and that's what Pep Guardiola has done for Man City. That's what makes him a great manager, because you know he will do what is right. And again, Onome made references to mistakes. Good. You talked about mistakes. No one, even me too, I make mistakes. But it's good you brought that argument about mistakes. Pep made a mistake about Philip. But Onome, Bant, what did he do in this transfer window? What did he do?
Yeah, we got rid. We was gonna get rid in the summer. We got rid, yeah.
Good. Now, Onome, Cedric is still in this football club. No, please judge. No, I want you to judge it like forget me and you have run it before. Please just judge it with your church mind. Tell me the truth. Cedric is still in this football club. Onome, please tell me the truth. Cedric is still here. He hasn't left this football club. El Neni is still here. Fans are still saying they should give El Neni one more year in this football club. Brother, we spent 65 million pounds on Kai Havertz. Brother, let this make sense. We have Eddie Nketiah taking 100 per week on a while you have a goal scoring machine, a robust, yeah, scoring you 30 goals. Bro, that guy can enter 60 goals if injuries, bar injuries this season. You know that. It's not lies. You know it's the truth. It got near to that last season, so it's not out of the imagination. I'm saying it right now. Okay, throw away Haaland, yeah? How about Alvarez? I was sitting down one day, Onome sent me a text message on my phone. Who did I see? I've never heard of a player called Alvarez. He knows this, unless he's going to lie.
I know it, of course. I told you this.
Yeah, he sent me, and Onome, if there's at any time I'm lying, call it out here. Onome sent me a message. I've never heard of a player called Alvarez before. It was from Onome I heard about a player called Alvarez. I've not heard him. He said, Tony, look at who we're going for. This was just about 2 seasons ago we're talking about. Or almost a year ago or so. That's why Onome texts me this thing. Again, that player has come. Do you know how many trophies that guy has won in a season? Forget the first season. In a season. Bant. 5. Is the World Club champion. He's a Champions League champion. He's an English champion. He's an FA Cup brother. And you know what, yeah? When you ask, not even Onome, forgot Onome in this case. When you ask other Man City fans, I've had Steve come to my show. All these guys here, they want us to keep faith and have faith in Mikel Arteta. Will you take Mikel Arteta when Pep leaves? And all of them just close your mouth. They start waffling. MC Daps came to my show. They start waffling. Are you gonna take Arteta when Pep leaves? And all of them, they don't want this guy.
I'll tell you the truth about that.
Can I stop you there? Can I stop you there? Can I stop you guys there? Can I just stop you, Tony? Can I just stop you there, guys? As you've mentioned that question. No. Yeah, Tony, that's fine. Tony, that's fine.
8 fifth, second, and bottom of the league. These guys want. Come on, bro. These guys, they don't like us, man. They hate us.
You know, I've got the power to mute, yeah?
Mute.
Tony. The reason why I wanted to stop you there, because this leads on to my second question, and you've actually said it perfectly. Yeah. And this was gonna be my next question to Onome, but I want Onome to rebuttal what Tony said.
No,
this is the next question, yeah?
Yeah, I agree with Tony. Obviously, I did send him a video of Alvarez a couple of years back to say this is who we're getting. I've also sent him a video of Claudio Echeverri to tell him that this is who we're getting next, and we've got him now and stuff. And you guys are going to obviously see him cooking eventually. I agree with Tony. Obviously, I've got a couple of questions for you guys as well that relates to all of this, but that's just my opinion on that. Right? In terms of the question, would I take Mikel Arteta at Man City? Now, I don't think it's any secret, right, that Mikel Arteta was being prepared to be the next Man City manager before, right? He was being prepared to be the next Man City manager before, right? Obviously, the Arsenal job came about, and I believe, that's just my opinion, I believe there was a conversation between Mikel Arteta and Pep to say, bro, Wagwan, when you leaving? Bruh, I ain't leaving anytime soon. I would take that job if I was you. You understand? I'm still here. Do you understand? I mean, this was what? How many years ago now? 4 years now? 4 or 5 years ago now?
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? So Pep was not ready to leave 4 years ago. Pep's still here now. It's going to be 9 years. So I believe Mikel Arteta was being prepared for the Man City job. If, for example, there was maybe another, say, 2 years, and Pep could say, I'm leaving in 2 years, you can have the job in 2 years. Obviously, it doesn't go like that. You know what I mean? It's straightforward. I believe Mikel Arteta would have eventually taken over from Pep. Do I think he would have done well and won trophies? Hell yeah. I think he would have done well and won trophies.
anyone who's not going to City
Okay,
and not
then.
doing well?
Okay, then. So this is my thing now. If he was being prepared to be a Man City manager, he's already in the background of the club and stuff. And you, obviously, as you guys can see how close he came and stuff. If he was he just he's coming against Pep himself. Do you understand? He would have done well for Man City. He would have won trophies. So the question of would we take him at City now, we're not at that level anymore. Do you understand? We're not at that level anymore to go and take an Arsenal manager. We don't need to go and take a Mikel Arteta now. He's been at our club. He's had a chance. He's been at our club. He's now come out and stuff, and he's done his thing.
The question is, would you take Arteta at City? Like,
would I like to take him now if he's available?
If Pep said, you know what, I've had enough. I've done everything. I won another treble this season, say for example, and he's stepping down. Yeah, would you take Arteta come the end of the season? Arteta's, you see the transfer reports. Arteta's, would you take him?
The obvious question, the obvious answer to that is hell no, we wouldn't take him. That's the obvious answer. Hell no, we wouldn't take him. Man, cracking up. Not just a no, it's a hell no.
I saw when it was really waffling. When he saw me laughing,
I'm not waffling. I'm explaining. I'm not waffling. I'm explaining. I'm not waffling. But listen to my point. Listen to my point. I'm making good points here. When I say he was being, waffle, you've answered the question. It's not waffling. I've answered. But this is my point, though. I said he was being prepared. He was being prepared to be the next Man City manager, right? So there's two different things here. The Mikel Arteta you're talking about was at City, and he was getting prepared to be the next Man City manager. However, times have moved on. He's now gone to another club. The kind of eye and the kind of way we would look at him now is not the kind of way we would look at him before when he's taking over from Pep. We now look at him as an Arsenal manager. Do you mean the rivalry there and all that kind of stuff? And no. Do we like the kind of football he's playing? Not really. He's playing the kind of football that we play and stuff. Do you know what I mean? He's using the same stuff that we do, but we've moved on from certain things that he's doing. We see what he's doing. We know what he's doing. We've moved on from certain formations that he's using. He comes to sign Zinchenko and plays Zinchenko the exact same way Zinchenko was playing. When he signed Zinchenko, I said to myself, you guys need to play him as a midfielder. Be brave and play him his rightful position as a midfielder. The guy can't defend to save his life. You see why I laugh most times, right? A lot of the things that these two players are doing at your club, I have seen it so many times when they were with us. Zinchenko's defending, I have seen it so many times. Gabriel Jesus not getting in the box, I have seen it countless of times. Do you understand? You playing for City and they create that many chances, bro. If I play for City, bruv, I won't even leave that box. I'll be standing there because I know at some point they're going to bring the ball here. All the passing that you guys are doing, I know where you guys are trying to put that ball. At some point, you're going to bring it here. Why would I go somewhere else? I'll give an example. I saw Gabriel Jesus. Zinchenko was about to cross the ball. I was on your stream, Tony. Zinchenko was about to cross the ball, and Gabriel Jesus went out there to get a short pass from Zinchenko. I said, Tony, that's the problem right there. The guy is never present in the box. So in answer to your question, hell no, I wouldn't take him now, but we would have accepted him if he was taking over from Pep back in the day.
Okay, Onome, it's right there now. So you said you got a couple of questions for us, yeah?
I got a couple of questions. I got a couple of questions for you. So
do you want to answer them? Do you want to answer them now? Or
yes, let me ask you guys a question. Right? Put my first one up. I text you that one. Put that one up.
Which one?
The one I text you.
No, yeah. No, I've got that. With the squad one, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my questions.
We're gonna come to that.
Okay, cool. Okay, I want to ask you guys a question. I want to ask you guys a serious question now. So, when and obviously I don't like talking about it or talking about him, you know that, but I'm gonna just bring it up here, right? And people can see my points and understand my point. Phil Foden, how old is Phil Foden? 23?
23? 22.
I think 23, about to turn 24 or something, or 24 already.
Yeah, one of the
Someone have a look. Someone have a look for me. He should be 24 now. Should be 24 now. Have a look. Have a look and tell me. Have a look and tell me how old is Phil Foden. And also, please have a look for me. How old is 23? Okay.
Yeah.
Please have a look for me. Please have a look for me. How old is Bukayo Saka?
He's 22, isn't he?
Nah, I think he's 23 now. I think he's 23 now.
He's 23. Let's have a look.
Have a look. Have a look.
Yeah, but this isn't a comparison show between the two players.
No. This is my question. 22. This is my question I'm going to ask you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it now from a outside point of view, or whichever point of view you want to look at it, right? Let me ask you guys a question, right? Do you think that Arsenal as a football club can offer Bukayo Saka the kind of trophies that he needs to finish his career and take that famous picture that they all take and say, look at all my trophies? Because up until now, Phil Foden as 23 has won 16 trophies. 16, right? Bukayo Saka's got one, the FA Cup, when I think he was part of that squad, right? Do you think Arsenal as a football club can offer him the kind of trophies? And listen, it's not just him that's playing the football, right? The club has a responsibility to sign the kind of players, The club has the responsibility to sign the kind of players that needs to actually help him, because we know that he's doing his part, right? The club has the responsibility to sign the kind of players to support him and get him to that next level, right? Because when players come out and say, I want to see what the club's project is first, I want to see the kind of players that the club bring in before I decide whether I'm going to sign a new contract or not. That's what they're talking about. Do you think Arsenal as a football club has the potential of offering him the kind of trophies that he's going to finish his career and look back and say, yeah? Answer me that question, guys.
No, it's simple. No, we 90% of players won't even 95, 99% of players won't even finish a league. Yeah, like their whole career. Yeah, with one of Foden's titles. So no, of course not. If he went to City, it's a different ball game all day long. But I don't think, and this is where the manager ties in as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Arteta's been given the money, and the money he's been spending on, he's spent on some good players.
It's enough to bring in good players. It's enough to bring in good players.
He spent 7, 8. Nigeria just scored 2-0, by the way, against Angola.
Oh, they played.
Yeah. It's is it 7? Yeah. So I know it's definitely not, man. Definitely, that's quite an easy question to answer. Tony, you want to chime in on that?
See, man, that's one of the most easiest questions to answer, my brother, man.
What are you talking about? I told you I got something for your ass. I told you I got something for you. Answer me that.
Manager. It's clear.
Answer me that. I told you I got something for you.
See, Bant, yeah. See, there's a reason why Pep is in Man City. Let's don't extricate that fact. There's a reason why he's there. It's the best money can buy. It's the best in the business. It's the best. That's your answer there. And when you're the best in the business, you know the kind of players to recruit. You know the best quality kind of players to bring in to improve your squad. That's what he's done. And not just even bringing quality players, actually. It's not just about having quality players. Yeah? It's also knowing how to use these quality players on the pitch of play, and not even staying at just understanding how to use them, but also knowing their skill set. Many managers don't even know the skill set of their players. For instance, Mikel Arteta, he doesn't know the full potential of most of the players in that team. Example, Onome even answered the question on his own. He gave you a big example, Zinchenko. He wouldn't defend for his life. That guy has come out on radio everywhere and he said, I can't defend. Man in his right senses will keep that guy at left back to keep defending. Tell me, do you think any left back will make that mistake and say what he said to a Man United legend? And Pep Guardiola is your manager, and he will keep you there at left back? It's not possible. Kyle Walker can say that and walk free. No, he will push him out. He will sell him. Pep fears no one. And again, it all boils down to the manager, his ethics, the people he will bring in. And again, the manager you clearly bring in already knows the kind of players he wants to work with. Tactical managers know this. So that's why Pep will come in and he already knows the kind of players he wants. He knows, oh, I want Godwin. I know what he can do. I know what he brings to the team. I'm going to bring Silver. I know what he does. I know what he brings to the team. That's why this manager can win a goddamn league without a striker. Our manager thought he could do it, but he can't. There's levels to this. There's levels.
So that brings
you can't do what Pep did. It's not possible. You can't.
That brings
he understands the league. He knows how to win. And again, he understands the skill set of the players he has to use them and get a particular target, what he wants. Mikel Arteta is not on that level. And see,
he's not on that level yet.
Because of this guy has trained under Pep Guardiola, we've totally forgotten that this manager is a rookie manager. That's one thing we've totally just thrown out the window. But again, I do understand that's because of the levels of Pep Guardiola and what he brings to the table. This guy learns under him. I do clearly understand that. But again, just because of that, it has beclouded our judgment to just understand that Arsenal Football Club was the first real football club this guy has ever coached in his life. So he's a rookie manager. Arsenal Football Club is just too big for him. I'm sorry.
That brings me to my next question then. So would you then agree? So you both agree that Arsenal are not in the position to offer Bukayo Saka the kind of trophies that he's going to require and need by the time he finishes his career? Because Phil Foden is 16 and counting right now, and he's on 1, and they're both, a year apart. So would you agree then that in the next 2 years, if Arsenal haven't won any trophies in the next 2 years, would you guys begrudge him if he says, it's a short career, guys. I'm 25 years old. I ain't won a trophy. It's a short career, guys. See you later if his City was to come for him. Would you guys begrudge him?
Hell no. Why am I going to begrudge him?
He's won trophies, man. He's won FA Cups. Don't just throw it.
I've explained it, Tony. I've explained it. I've explained my point. I've explained my point.
He hasn't won any cups.
I didn't say, Tony, come on, man. Listen to what I'm saying. I said he's won 1 trophy, the FA Cup, when he was younger. And 15 is 16 and
I understand what
that's what I said. That's what I said. And 15 and 16 and counting. That's what I said. I said that, Tony. I said in the next 2 years, if you've not won any trophies for him, because Arsenal haven't, if you've not won any trophies in the next 2 years, and he's now 25, Phil Foden in the next 2 years is going to win at least 4 trophies, right? Adding to his 16, that will make him 20. Would you guys begrudge him as Arsenal fans if City was to come in for him and he says, guys, bruh, I'm sorry, guys, I gotta go? Would you guys begrudge him? Because we all prayed for Kane to leave and go and win some trophies, right? Kane hasn't won any trophy. We're like, come on, what's Kane doing? I think he's going to waste his career. Goals is good, but would you guys begrudge him as Arsenal fans?
Yeah. I'll begrudge him.
Why?
I will.
Why?
How many years? Again, practicality. How many years did Kane stay in that Tottenham Hotspur team? How many years back to back was he putting in more than 20 goals in a season and still stayed in that club? Saka has just only given us 3 years, only 3 good seasons. Let's be frank about that.
It's been playing since 17, Tony.
Yeah,
just 3 seasons. Yeah, just 3 good seasons.
He's been playing since 17.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, he hasn't really given us 5-6 years. Kane has given Tottenham Hotspurs 5 to 6 years competitive football, scoring goals at the highest level. But Bukayo Saka hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, I said in 2 years' time. I said in 2 years' time.
He still needs to give at least 3, 4.
I said in 2 years' time, we would have given you 5 good ones, and the rest was coming as a youth team.
I will begrudge him if it's just 2 years. So he needs to give us at least 3, 4 more years. At least he trained under us.
Right. I need to
faith on him last season when his form went downhill. this same
When
season
did his
also.
form went downhill last season? It was double
So,
figures
so
goals,
if
double figures
goes
assists.
like that seasons, it's not good enough. It needs to stay at least more 3-4 seasons. Give us the best, and if
I don't
if
agree.
his best
We got Pop
can get
Fuzz
us
in the
over the
building.
line, then I can say, okay, you can go.
Bance, what do you say
That,
to this?
I'm kind of in disagreement, to be honest, and this is down to the manager of our club, because to hold on to players like Saka, yeah, you need to win things, and if he's not winning things at our club, yeah, who are we to say he needs to do another extra 3 years when my
Mhm.
man was 19 years brucking himself up, yeah? Can you not forget the couple of years, yeah, that he was our best player. He was our best player.
As a teenager.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
3-2 seasons. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So no, I wouldn't begrudge him, because you know what? He's got ambition, and I'm never gonna tell a man, woman, do you know what? Yeah, stay with us, yeah. Even though we've got potential, yeah, but there's a chance we might not win anything. The guy wants to be looking at his mantelpiece with his children one day and holding up this trophy and say, I won this trophy. Yeah. And this is why it's important for Arsenal to win. People don't get this argument. They think it's a thing that we hate Arteta, that it's a thing of, do you know what? He's give him time, give him time. I hear him man saying give Arteta 7 years. Nah, man, it don't work like that. Yeah.
That's fine
If
in
you if
3
you're
years.
big enough to come into our club, yeah, and hold a responsibility, yeah, then you're gonna be accountable for that. Yeah. And sorry, 4 or 5 years in our club, and we've only won one FA Cup, and Saka has only won one FA Cup. It's not good enough. It's not good
Not
enough
good.
and not acceptable. But anyway, we can talk about this all night, but I need to really jump on to the next subject, yeah.
Go on.
Next subject is, how do you get squad depth? And Tony, this was a question from Onome, so I'm going to start with you on this question first. Let me check. Let me just read the comments quickly as well. I don't want to disrespect the guys. Big up Malia in the building. Hot Fuzz, E Ross. Big up Jay, big boy Chelsea fan. The assembled. Funny enough, I've never begrudged any player leaving Arsenal as the club was changing. The most painful transfer was RVB that hurt. I remember that. We never bought Arsenal. We never bought Arsenal for trophies. Never a true word. We got rid of Arsenal after 3 league titles. Sorry, he has to bounce. So yeah. And guys in the chat as well, you can answer this as well. So
Facts,
how do you get
Malia.
squad depth? Yeah, how do you get squad depth, Tony? That's the question.
Bro, you see, first of all, yeah, we are Arsenal Football Club. We've totally forgotten what we used to do. Go back to the basics. Scouting network. See, but it seems like you don't see or understand what I was telling you about. Onome, a fan of Man City, a fan. Now I'm talking of a fan. Yeah, I'm not talking of someone internally or a fan. Sent me a message, and this was even before City even started. Before the Onome, you remember that news wasn't even really out there.
It
It wasn't
wasn't. It
out there.
wasn't.
It wasn't out there exactly. So if a fan, yeah, understands and know that we're going for this player, it has to be the scouting network. It has to be the scouting network. When was the last time that you've heard that Arsenal have an effective scouting network? The Asian Cup is going on right now as we speak. Right now, bro. Right now. Japan and all these other teams are playing in the Asian Cup. How many Arsenal scouts? Vance, ask yourself, how many Arsenal scouts are down there? The African Nations Cup is going on right now. How many Arsenal scouts are there? I bet you me, Man City scouts are out there scouting and scavenging for the next killers, the next assassins, for the next 10 years for their club. But we've totally forgotten anything to do with scouting. That's how you do it. Because Arsenal, we've formally gotten out of this scouting system and gone into this system where we need to pay money to buy in skill, to bring in service. And again, when you relegate scouting networks as part of your recruitment system, you so therefore believe that you're going to go into the market, and mind you, in the market there are forces in this market: demand, supply. How much money do you have? Bigger teams out there have bigger money to spend, so you will compete against bigger teams when you're going into the free market to get players, when you should be going into dipping your hands into the scouting networks and get the players in. So that's a bigger problem. So we'll have clubs like Man City that would outspend us. We'll have Chelsea team that would outspend us and buy the bigger, better players. So we can't afford to even go and get good recruitment because the forces we're fighting with have more resources than us. That's why these players will prefer to go to bigger clubs like Man City, because they have the resources, they have the best of managers, they have everything, training facilities, they have everything. But Arsenal, I'm sorry, we don't have it. We might have one of the best state-of-the-art training facilities, but we might not have the best scouting network. And again, the way we do business. Have you seen the way Man City do business? Have you seen the way Liverpool do business? When was the last time you heard Liverpool go out and buy 100 million player? The last time. You and Onome, the last time you heard Liverpool go.
They've never done it anyway. They've never done it.
Exactly. Arsenal have done it now, and we'll continue to do that at least once in every 3-4 seasons. We'll have to do that because Liverpool know how to go and get the business done. They have businessmen who are there, sporting directors who are there, spotting people in spotting places, who know how to do business and get deals over the line. Look at Nunes. How much did he come for? Look at
Nunes came for big field though. Nunes came for 85 or something like that, or 65 or something.
But not 100 million though. But not 100 million. Not 100 million though. Look at Højlund. Højlund can't even score 5 goals, and if these guys are Manchester United are bringing him for about 85. So it costs more than Nunes, and I would take Nunes in my team rather than taking Højlund. So these guys are smart. Cody Gakpo is good. Gravenbach for a pittance from Germany. McAllister, 35 million. And look at the beaches giving them down there.
What a bargain for 35 million. What a bargain.
You know, all these things here, these are sackable offenses. Sackable offenses. So, you know, bro, our club is broken, man. Our club is broken, brother, man. Onome can sit here and laugh at us all day because he knows.
I asked the question. I'm not laughing at you. I asked the question.
He knows at the end of the day that they can get these players. They have people in the right places to get this deal done. We don't have it. Bant, we don't. And it's scary.
No, I agree with everything you said. I agree with everything you just said. Can I just read out these comments from
bringing players? It's hurtful, it's painful. We need a striker to come in and score goals for us, and no one is here. These guys are all laughing at us. Onome behind is laughing at. These guys are laughing at us.
I'm not laughing. That's just normal, bro. Why you keep thinking it's not about laughing at you?
Let me just read out this comment from Anthony Herbert, please. Please let me read out the comment from the chats. Anthony Herbert says you get squad depth by buying the players you need in, and you also play youth players in certain games. Create a bond and let these players gel. That's exactly.
I'll stop you there. Let me address that, because that is the reason why I asked the question, and Anthony Herbert just literally nailed it. Exactly everything I'm going to say, and I'm going to break it down. Right. The squad depth we're talking about. When you guys look at City and they go, oh yeah, they got a big squad or whatnot. City got players that play in different positions, right? We've got a lot of players that can play in multiple positions. That's to start with. We've got a very small squad, but all these players can all play in loads of different positions, right? There are 3 levels to this squad depth situation. And I'll tell you where Arsenal's problem is with this. There are 3 levels. You got your first team players, the spine of your team. You got, for City, for example, you got Ederson, you got the 2 centre back, Diaz and Nake, or whoever is pairing there, whichever one of our centre back, they are the spine. You got Rodri, De Bruyne, Bernardo in there in that midfield area. You got Haaland up there. Our wingers can change and whatnot. The right backs and stuff, they can change and whatnot. But that spine is like your main core players. things can come around them. So you got those players as your number one, your first 11 kind of thing, so to speak. In most cases, City actually have 2 first 11, so to speak, right? Then you got your second tier, so they're your second sort of like second tier players that can come in and do a good job, a great job, as well as anything else. You got Erling Haaland, who's a scoring freak and scores how many goals, but you got Alvarez, who's also going to give you decent amount of goals. He's going to take his chances. A good finisher as well, right? He's got 15 goals this season, Alvarez. I mean, Haaland's been injured. Haaland's got what? I think Haaland's got 18 or something like that, right? You got those, your next 11, do you understand? That can come in and do, just as good as a job, will still win Premier League games and still beat teams, right? For the goalkeeper, for example, you got Ortega that can come in, right? Then the next set of players, and this is where Arsenal did. So for the first 11, that's fine. Arsenal's got that. That's great. You guys got the first 11. Let's not argue that. That's fine. You got the first 11, right? So when we come to that second 11 that I talked about, that second 11 is where Arsenal is flopping a lot, right?
That's wrong. I'll let you talk. That
It's my
statement is
opinion.
wrong. But
It's my opinion. That second 11 is where Arsenal is flopping a lot, where you don't have a good amount of quality to come in and replace these players that are going to do similar or very decent job. You got maybe 1 or 2, but you can't give me a spine of a second 11. We've got a spine of a first 11 and we've got a spine of a second 11, right? But you can't give me a particular spine of a second 11 that can come in and do amazing job. Then you got the third part, and this is where Arsenal is flopping again, the third part, right? In our graduation system, Phil Foden graduated from the youth team, has now gone on to be, 250,000, 220,000 earning in the first team, right? Important player for the first team.
Let me ask you a question, Onome.
Go on.
Quick question. How much do you think Phil Foden is in today's money now? How much do you think he was worth now? 100 million? Easy?
They throw the 100 million about a lot, but he is worth that, I would say so. But it's a price that a club is willing to pay. Do you know what I mean? That is really worth, and depending on the circumstance as well. Do you know what I mean? Phil Foden is obviously not one that is going to ever be for sale. Do you understand? So it's like saying, how much was Messi worth? Messi was never available in the market to be sold. Do you understand? It was never available, so you can't really put a price on Messi. If you wanted to put a price on Messi, you say, well, Messi, if Neymar went for 200 million, Messi's worth 300 million. So it's really what the circumstance is and what the club is willing to pay, right? So you got the Phil Foden, who's graduated from our youth team system. He's now 24 years old. What was after Phil Foden? You got the Cole Palmer set. So Phil Foden graduated with Diaz, who's gone to Real Madrid, right? Sancho was supposed to be part of that. He didn't want to be part of that, right? So you got the Cole Palmer set, right? Cole Palmer and James McAtee. James McAtee is actually at Sheffield United. I love him. I love this player. James McAtee at Sheffield United. Baller. I absolutely love him, right? You got the James McAtee, Cole Palmer set, right? Before Phil Foden set, you had the Tommy Doyle set. So I'm talking about the third tier of how you build a squad, how you get squad depth. So you got Tommy Doyle, who didn't quite make it and stuff. Then after Cole Palmer set, you got Rico Lewis, 20 years old now, and Oscar Bob, same age, 20 years old, right? They're just coming through still. After their set, we still got another one underneath now. We got 18-year-olds now in Michael Hamilton and a couple more. My point is, for squad depth to be complete now and get to where you need to get to, when you now go to the Arsenal youth team system, Bukayo Saka was the last graduate you lot had from the youth team. Am I right or wrong? The last graduate that you can actually see coming through and has come through, nobody has followed him.
We've got Thing, who's a midfielder. What's his name? The one who's playing for.
We had Omar
Who's the guy? Who's the midfielder? Who's the midfielder that's on loan?
We had Waneri. We had Miguel Aziz. All these guys, but
who's the midfielder? Who's the midfielder that's on loan for us? He's got. Is it Tommy?
Aziz just left the football club for a pittance to Spain.
But my thing is this.
They've done his contract.
My point is this, right? You're mentioning all these players that has left or are not there no more or whatnot. I'm talking about bringing those squad players and are they available to actually come on?
Sorry, Charlie Patino.
Onome, they just left it. They just left this January.
Yeah,
They
but
just left.
did they play? Did they play? How many
It's not
games did
like
they play? They've
far
not come
away.
through.
They
Tony,
just
listen
left
to my argument. Tony, listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking about players that are available and are there. They are playing. They are coming through. You can see them
Ranieri,
available as a
not seen
squad
him
depth.
play.
They are there
Not seen
to
him.
come on and perform and play games. We've got
How
these
many
players
of
in
them
our
are
books
there? How
there
many of
now.
them are there? That's what I'm saying. That's
But
what
you
I'm
don't
saying.
have that. You don't have
We
He's
that.
don't have
agreeing with you.
that.
He's agreeing with you. He's agreeing with you.
You have
Onome.
it. We don't, but you have it.
He's
So
agreeing
it's
with
a
you.
systematic problem.
But
You
this is
don't
what I'm
have that,
saying to
but
you.
we have it.
Tony, the
Do
question
you
says, how do you build squad depth? What I'm saying is, what is wrong is you don't have the follow-up through from a Bukayo Saka when he's graduated and come through. You don't have the follow-up through of the next set of youngsters, because the youngsters make up your squad depth. The youngsters, I believe, they're not part of the 25-man squad. They can come in at any time and play. Do you mean they can represent the club at any time? Do you understand? So if you got good quality youngsters that you're bringing through, that would help you in the dead rubber FA Cup game against Oxford last season, when you took Bukayo Saka to travel to Oxford United last season and brought him on. This guy needs rest. And you still took him to travel to Oxford in the FA Cup to play what game? You've taken him to the Champions League game when you've already qualified, right? When you want to rest a player, you rest a player, not tell the player, oh yeah, you can still come and travel, you can still train, you can still do all of that. That's not resting a player, right? So when you talk about the squad depth, that third tier of youth team players, it's not coming through. You can see every team right now doing that. Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold has graduated and is actually vice captain, right? Who's the Collier kid that's scoring goals as well, that scored against you guys, scored a few bangers as well. He's graduated through. After Trent, it was his set. Now they got Bradley and their man, they're coming through. So they've got the three tiers, the same three tiers we have. They've got the same thing. Man United got Kobe Mainoo coming through and a few youth players that's come through. Newcastle have Miley coming through. So I'm just naming 5 or 6 clubs. Who do you guys have that is actually coming to help and has the quality? You don't have that. That's the problem.
There are 2 things I just want to tell you. You've made great points. That's not a problem at all. But what I'm saying, 2 things. Number 1, you have the right people making right decisions. Arsenal doesn't have the resources, number 1, to make those right decisions in the right places. What you're talking about now is a systemic constructive continuum. How would they play? Because you already have the resources on ground. But where are the resources? Where are the staff? Where are the amazing coaches that will come in and bring these guys together? We don't even have. We have Wilshere, who is manning the youth team. And did you see how Liverpool brushed us aside in the Youth Cup? Like, we don't have the right people in the right places to start first with. And Onome, you know this. You need the right people to even start talking about how to even groom them to even try and play. You need to have the right people in the right places
So
in
you
order
think
to
you
even
need to change upstairs for that to happen?
Yeah, both upstairs, both downstairs. We need changes everywhere. Wilshere is not the best to even handle the youth team, and it's down there with that youth team. It's not good enough. So we need personally, I just think it's more of a structural thing. That's why you would see City have these players. Have you even see Newcastle have because they have those guys. They have a system now, and again, with lots of money comes, the best of resources. So you can never extricate.
Doesn't take lots of money
No,
to get
no,
the
I
youth
get,
team players in though.
but
Yeah, but
again,
you've got the best. You got the
the
pick
best
of
of
the
salaries. If
best,
you
innit?
offer the best of salaries and you offer good pay packages, you can be able to still get these people in. That's a fact.
But you see all those players I mentioned.
And Onome, you
Deservedly got
also
some
said
good players.
something at the start when you started your argument that Arsenal have a first 11. And I'm sorry, bro, we don't have a complete 11. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
Starting
don't. I don't agree with
sorry.
that. Yeah, we haven't
Far,
got a
far,
complete.
far from the truth. We don't have a
No,
left
no,
back.
no. He's right,
Zinchenko
Toby.
is not
He's
a
right.
left back.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
Zinchenko is not
he's
a
right.
left back. Benjamin White is not good.
I tried to give you something. I know you don't have a second and a third 11. I tried to give you something.
Whether you like it or not, he's not good enough. Onome, those are they're not lies anyway, because of the manager. They are clearly a distortion of reality. Distortion
Hey,
of reality. Zichenko is not a left back. Benjamin White is not good enough. Kai Havertz is a starter in this team. He's not good enough. We have about 3 people who are in this team, starting 11, who are not good enough. Onome. So that's why City will continue to be the best in this league, because you have the complete 11, Onome, and it's different from what Arsenal have got. We can't start talking about squad depth when you don't have the right people to bring in the depth and manage. It's not about bringing in and playing them. It's also about managing them. Look at Thomas Partey, Onome. Thomas Partey, he came back from injury last week. The news was there last week already. He hasn't even played against Liverpool, and he's already injured. We don't have the right people in the right places handling these guys, Onome. After all, I remember a time you went to Madrid. You check, Onome. If you check the profile of Thomas Partey at Atletico Madrid, never has he had this type of atrocious injury record. Never. We've not seen it. Never. I've gone back to study how his fitness levels and everything. Nothing. But it comes to Arsenal and look at the breakdown. How would you build a competitive squad, a squad depth with this type of ineptitude and negligence from this football club? I'm sorry, man. You can't get anything if the structure isn't right, if the staff isn't, and if the resources isn't right.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Right, I need to really move on because we need to wrap up. Me and Tony's got a show on the Unks channel at 7:15. So this is the last question. Seeing that about the football, your team as well, Onome. I've got a friend as well who's got a son playing at City as well. I think he's only about 10 now or something like that, but he's ridiculous. I can't remember his name. I'll have to find that. What his surname is. But when we chat offline, I'll tell you who he is. Tell you the name. But he's very talented. I'm gonna go through. I've got one more question, and then we'll wrap it up. Can Liverpool win the league this season? And I'm gonna ask Onome that question first. Just briefly. 3 minutes. Can you answer that question?
Yes, they can. I make no. I've always said to you guys, that's the only team I fear in the league. Liverpool are that team that they give us nightmares, man. They've been pushing us. They pushed us. Like I can actually see Liverpool winning all their games from now to the end of the season, barring the City game where we have a say on that. I mean, Liverpool have gone about their business very quietly. Nobody's talking about them, but I've always been singing their praises and been telling everybody, like, watch out for Liverpool. I remember saying about Liverpool, and Tony shut me down by telling me they didn't even qualify for Champions League last season. They played in the Europa League. I'm like, all of that don't matter. The new season, they're back to where they belong. They're back to where they are. This is Liverpool Football Club. Any team that can put a strong performance at home, they've not lost in 52 games or something like that at home. Do you know what I mean? Your home got to be a fortress. You cannot let small teams come to your home and be picking up points and stuff. You need to, if a team comes to your home and gets a point, they need to frame that T-shirt like Brentford did. Frame that T-shirt and say, we were here. We were the last team to beat City, because throughout 2023, we didn't lose at the City ground. And now in 2024, February, we still haven't lost. Do you know what I mean? So your home has to be a fortress, and that's what Liverpool done. Liverpool, when they catch you in their home, boy, God help you. But yes, Liverpool can win the league, but I still back my team all day, every day. They can win the league, doesn't mean we don't have a say in it.
Tony?
Big one. Shout out to the assembled, man. A true big point down there, man. In 9-0, man. Shout out to you, bro. Big point you dropped down there, man.
Yeah.
Onome said, I totally agree with what Onome said, man. Classic, man. But the only situation where I'll have to defer with him with that Liverpool shout is that even Liverpool fans this season, Onome, did not give Liverpool a fair shout at the start of the season.
You know what they're doing. That's what.
Onome, I don't talk when they talk. I give you a chance. Make I just throw my word. Let me talk, bro. Let me talk, bro.
Kevin De
See,
Bruyne.
yeah,
Let me talk. Let me
Come
talk.
on, man, you got to speed up, Tone, because we've only got less.
yeah,
We've
yeah,
got less.
yeah,
We've got 10.
yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. See, Liverpool had an entirely new spine brought to their team. That's what each and every one would tell you. Even one to tell you that. So no one, absolutely no one was giving them the light of day to win this league at the start of the season. With their bad performances, an entirely new midfield. They had Szoboszlai from Germany. He did not even play in the Premiership. They had Gravenbach. He did not even play in the Premiership. They needed time to, gang up and coordinate together and play as a team. So people were also expecting them to like start kicking maybe in the next 2 seasons. Look at Chelsea. They brought in an entirely new spine, new team, and look at where they are. They're in 12th. So no one believed that Liverpool would start cooking right from the cylinders right now. No one did. No one. So, but again, I would just simply just say, I'll go with Liverpool, man. I don't want to support Onome, instinctively, yeah, on streams. I don't like supporting Onome's Man City, I don't like it, because Onome
You're
talks
shameless, Tony. You're
too
shameless.
proud. He's
You're
too
shameless.
proud. He's just too proud of his team. So, I'll just give it to Liverpool. Actually, I don't think Liverpool might win the league title.
So
My
not Arsenal.
opinion,
So you don't think Arsenal can win? Anyway, Bance, answer the question. Sorry.
no, yeah. So,
Oh, so you think
I'm
Man
gonna.
City Arsenal will win? Bro,
Anyway,
are you high on cheap crack?
I'm
Bro,
telling you, bro. Anyway, listen.
man, you better say Arsenal will win the league to put me
I
in
ain't
shame.
saying
All
nothing.
right.
I'm saying nothing. All I've got to say is big up to Nigeria. They're through to the semi-finals. That's great. That's great vibes. Hopefully they can win the title. Bring AFCON back to Nigeria for the man them. And yeah, it's been a pleasure with you guys, man.
Sorry, just answer the question quickly about the last question, Bance.
Bro. He wants
Oh,
to
me,
run
myself.
away.
Yeah. What's your answer?
Do you know what? For me, it changes, man. It changes. It changes like every couple of weeks for me. I think City's to lose. Because all it takes is Liverpool to like stuff up a few games. But at this rate as well, the way Liverpool playing as well, I can't see them stuttering. But this is Man City you're up against, man. This is a City team. Liverpool's won the Premier League once. I get that, and they can go toe to toe. But it's City's to lose. Come on, guys, man. Come on. Come on. And I know you're going to be cheering for Arsenal on Sunday, bro. Onome. I know you're going to be
No, I'm not. I will be very honest with you right now. I'll be very honest with you right now. I am not cheering for Arsenal. I want. Listen, when it gets to a particular point of the season, I'll tell you how we roll.
To go away, just you and the bridesmaids.
Listen, when it gets to a particular point of the season, I want everybody else step out the way so we can see clear daylight of who we're up against and where we're going. Okay, I don't need all of this. That's why I said Aston Villa, time to step down now. Come out the way so we can see where we're going. Right? They've come out the way now. Let's see where we're going. Right now we can see. I actually want Liverpool to stuff you guys so we can see that. Old rivals are back again. We can see because if you lose against Liverpool on Sunday, you'll be 8 behind Liverpool, 6 behind City. It is good night. Bye bye. I don't want to hear your name again. You understand? If you beat them, then you're back in, and it's like it gives us. Don't get me wrong. It gives us the key to the door. But I just want you guys out the way so we can focus. I mean, you're distracting us. The rest of the people, they're just distraction right now. When we get to a particular point, City just has their sights on who is on top of us. We don't need all this changing business. Oh, there's 3 teams. No. Come out the way on Sunday, right? Arsenal come out the way on Sunday. We can see clear daylight. You guys can go and fight for your top 4. And watch out for Spurs, finishing above you and stuff, and sort out whatever business you got to sort out. I just want a clear view of what I'm looking at, and it's against Liverpool. Let's go. I'm not supporting you guys. I want you guys out of the way. I want to focus.
So on that note, we come to the end of our show. Friday link up with the man them link up. No one brought me no pounded yam. No one brought me no egisu soup. None of these man brought me no plantain. You know,
Onome,
so
Onome
I'm
has
starving
lots of
here.
that.
I'm
It's
starving,
near
man.
to you, man.
You know, no fish, nothing. So next time, hopefully on the show, we'll have some food and we'll be chatting next week. But it is what it is, man. You know, these are hard
Hilarious.
times these days. These are
I
hard
enjoy doing
times.
shows with Onome too. Anyway, very
Yeah, man.
interesting
I
guy.
love Onome is a real one, man. And because his knowledge of ball is vast, you know, it's easy to have a conversation.
Only
But
thing is
listen,
that
we
he
need to
makes
wrap
a lot
up.
of the club, but
Yeah,
I can
man.
understand.
But listen, people, we need to wrap up, yeah. And big up to everyone in the chat. Friday link up. Make sure you like and subscribe. Watch the video back. Put a comment, and we're out of the bomber club. Yes. Peace.
Hey.
Peace.
Brother.